do, even on the other tip.
You know me, what's time?
Shalom, shalom. Sorry for the
8, so you know you sleeping.
Oh, sorry for the technical difficulties.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. What is it? The demon power of the air?
The prince of the power of the air.
We'll be back up.
But hey, call halal, how about Shimmy? I was shot by Shimon Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Of course, salutations to the elect men, women, children that believe in the 1/3. Brothers teaching the word in sincerity and truth. You know, you bishop elders out there doing your thing, in the spirit of the Lord. So we're gonna today, you know, we here to edify, bring out the prophecies, the spirit of the Lord. So different things, you know, pertaining to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So we inside now, you know, and it's all through the spirit because, you know, brother's sick, just getting over colds. That was the spirit because, you know, I basically had like a sore throat, but was under the weather a little bit coming back from the Feast of Dedication, which we held in Jersey. And, you know, the Lord, you know, had it where I didn't get too bad, but it was kind of the spirit like, man, you know, I don't really, you know, maybe we should stay inside today because I just got over some shit. Where we camp at is water down there. It's always colder by the water. And sometimes could get windy, you know, so the spirit, like, you know, I ain't say it, you know, I'm kind of a little stubborn a little bit, you know, like, fuck that, go out, you know what I'm saying? But the brother kind of mentioned it. I'm like, damn, that's kind of the spirit, you know, of doing it inside. But it's more even heavier, the spirit, because it's the famine of the word, you know, so the Lord is going to not just tuck his men away, he's going to tuck his word. You can give me Amos 8 and 11.
I'm already holding it.
Oh, damn, that's the spirit. Shit. So the Lord, so I was going with it. So the Lord saw, you know, then we got access to like the internet and all of that. So the Lord, you know what I mean? You know, back in the day, I would have never done probably nothing like this. And brothers thought I was kind of like crazy in a sense. You know, your Howard Shy crazy in a sense for, you know, going out in blizzards, freezing cold. And certain brothers used to tell me though, you know, like, yo, I can't really like withstand this weather. I just tell them because we camped in front of a bank and the bank was closed, but the ATM side was open. I just tell them like, yo, go inside of the bank and warm up. And and I'll buy them coffees and teas and shit and come back out. But it was like die hard, like, you know what I mean? Like, go, you know, rather what the weather is, just go out. Even if you cut it short, go out. But, you know, the Lord, you know, that could be tempting the Lord in a sense. But through the spirit, you know, that's the Lord showing, because brothers got rain spots. Brothers got spots where it's nice and sunny out. You know, like the brothers up top, they got a per fanboy spot where they go to where it's like, you know, the water, you know, the ocean right there. It's a nice spot, but it's like a summertime spot. And brothers got a rain spot. So if you're not really in the spirit, you don't really know where to find brothers at. Right. You know what I mean? If you don't got brothers' channels, you don't. He went out.
No, he probably turned his camera off. He's still there.
All right, yeah. So you don't really know where brothers at. It's not about brothers. It's really about the word. You know what I mean? Because we ain't nobody. It's just about you accessing that word. But you access the Lord's word through what? Through his pen, through the prophets. So you got that, I know.
Yeah, he might leave out and come back in. But you had Amos 5 11. He wanted Amos 5 8 and 11 from him. This Amos chapter 8 and verse 11 reads, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Yeah, so the famine in the land is coming.
You keep talking. I just had to add.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you paused for a minute.
Yeah, somebody called my damn phone and knocked me out. Salaki.
It's all good.
Yeah, so
I read that already too.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, all right.
So the famine in the land is come for the word is coming. So not for thirst of water, that's coming too, and for bread, but for of hearing the word of the Lord, because the word of the Lord is like water, it's living water. So it actually quench your spirit. You know, like when Jake want to know something real bad and keep asking you, what they say, damn man, you thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because what? You want comfort in the spirit, you want edification, or you want to know like, yo, when she gonna call me? When she gonna call me? Or when you keep nagging a bitch like, yo, when you gonna hit me, right? You gonna call me, right? Yeah, she like, damn, you all thirsty? Now, I mean, and that's really goes to show, you know what I mean, we the Lord's people, because we kind of got the same type metaphors. But the thirst for that comfort and edification, you know, and if brothers not juiced in to these different channels, you know what I mean, and camp spots, and even the channels could just get taken down or get put on suspension, and the brother could start another one. But if you really not juiced in to know what that, because a lot of times that channel got to get some momentum in order for you could like type it in and find it like that. The new channels don't really be able to really get found to like a certain amount of subscribers or comments and stuff like that. Other than that, like if you not actually send, because that happened to me once trying to find brothers, and I typed in exactly what they said and couldn't really find them, but until they actually sent the link. You know what I mean? So, and that's the spamming of the word that, you know what I mean, if you're not really juiced in the brothers to send a link, you know, you can't really get it. Then, you know, brothers, in order to do that, you gotta have a brother personal numbers, information and shit like that. And you know, and now, you know, brothers not in the spirit of like moving to the point where brothers is just clinging to outsiders like that.
What's that? Be not righteous over much.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 16.
Can you get that real quick?
What is?
Hey, I don't. Did you get that real quick?
Call it again.
Ecclesiastes in the strap 11 and 16. I mean 7 and 16. That's the spirit, because I was going to go there next.
I just wanted you speaking because like like today it just so happened brothers under the weather, and the weather outside is not, you know, it's not. I mean, it wouldn't be wise really to go out there, but you know, you see certain camps when it's too cold or too hot, you know, we take it indoors, and and you know, we supposed to be in season, out of season, but it ain't no need to be all righteous. That's why
This is definitely a dagger right here, Salaki. Cut off. You know, the sometimes it be a lag. I thought you stopped, but I'm gonna bring this pre out. This Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And I'm gonna read it in the NLT. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? And that's a dagger right there. Sometimes you can try to be too over righteous. Be like, man, I can Salaki. It ain't that bad out there, but man, it can be bad. Brothers don't Salaki. Brothers don't be having gloves and all that stuff. You can end up getting your hands frostbitten and all that. I mean, and I can't. The brother Tiziah one been out here pushing for a long time. I mean, me myself, I'm a little under. I'm not even at 10 years yet, but I mean, I'm a kind of older brother. I'm close to 50. So I mean, those conditions. I mean, I can't really endure like I used to, but I can still endure. You know, not trying to sound like no bitch or nothing, but I ain't no fool either. Like if I'm having a problem, I'm gonna let brothers know. Like myself today, not trying to make it about me. Shit, I'm sick. I mean, and if brothers listen to me, you can hear it. We ain't ducking no smoke. We out here. We know the Lord. 10,000 times brighter than the sun, and you can't fool the Lord. He know.
That's right. And I'm gonna bring this out to follow up. 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh Shah to please God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Now, brothers, you can't say that, brothers that's, in the right doctrine, especially the Great Millstone, Minival, and other camps, is following the same, in the same state as the elders. You can't say that, we used to call us what, snow dummies, like try to mock the fact that we instant in season, out of season. That's what we supposed to be. But when the time calls for it to take it indoors, this is what it is, And if you're really looking for the word, the Lord will lead you towards what we out there, or to find out where we at when certain weather situations come up or street blockages. If it's meant for people to get the word, they'll be led to it.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's becoming more scarce. And even if you find it, brothers is speaking in codes, right, saying Amalek, because we can't afford. Because one backup way of teaching the word is through the internet. So we gotta speak in code because our backup for days like this, we can't afford to have our channels taken down. Really,
Right.
we could. I mean, but the Lord got the opportunity of repentance is still open. So we're trying to reserve our plan B, which is our channels. So when we are out in the highways and byways, we speak in code, But hey, bring that Ecclesiastes 7 back.
Con. This Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why
Yeah,
shouldst thou
so
exhort thyself?
over righteous, that's like dealing with actions, but over wise is dealing with like studying and like knowledge and wisdom, right? So you could overdo it on being over righteous because you could bug out doing that, especially in a world like this. Because it said what? You break one of the commandments, you broke them all.
Hold up. Cesario said he perfect. Just said it.
Nah, nobody perfect.
They said you don't break no law.
Who you talking about? Captain Tayat?
Yeah, Cesario.
Yeah, well, he going off because like you gonna break the laws. And it's 613 of them. So it's like, yo, do you know all 613 of them? Probably not. You know what I mean? The average, like, you know what I mean? Even lawyers, Esau got way more, and that's how you know Esau, the devil and demonic, because he got laws on top of laws that cancel out other laws.
What's that frame of Michigan law?
Yeah, so what Esau does is he make a law, then once you figure out a way around it, he make a law to combat that.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you figure out, and that's when you get loopholes in the system. That's when you get a lawyer, and a lawyer what he does is he be like, well, this case sounds like this old case from 20 years ago.
Roe versus Johnson.
Yeah, and what he do, he find loopholes in the law and slides you through the loophole. And Tajuan, he like to say a lot from G Tech. He said, high-class lawyers to slide me through those loopholes, even though I did shoot those boothos. Meaning, like, yeah, even though I did, I was guilty. I straight up murdered them niggas. But high-class lawyers to slide me through those loopholes, even though I did shoot those boothos. And that's Esau's system because a good lawyer, and that's what attorney means. Attorney means to turn around. Meaning, regardless of what you did, I'm gonna use the law and use wordplay, and I'm gonna phrase the shit in a way to make you look righteous, even though you wicked as hell. I'm gonna turn the situation around, and that's right. Which is attorney mean. You could be caught red-handed, but with the proper attorney, certain people getting paid off, and he know how to slide you through them loopholes through the law. He's able to turn any situation around to, even if you're guilty, to still make you look innocent and let you walk. Like Nino Brown.
It wasn't me.
or even they say something like probable cause. What was the probable cause for you to all over? For you to search, you don't have no probable cause, so this was a illegal search and seizure. So you gotta let them off on these terms.
And that's what's so sad about cops, and that's like when you watch New Jack City, because a lot of cops be trying to also King of New York. They know these niggas is wicked. They know what they doing is wicked as hell. But it's like, yo, every time we catch them, the judge just let them go. So it's like, what the fuck? We out here sacrificing our lives to catch these motherfuckers, and when we lock them up, they just get let go, and we getting like paid, $50,000 a year. We getting taxed to death. We living regular lives, a lot's getting shot at and all this shit. We finally catch these motherfuckers, and the judge just let them go. That's why on King of New York, when he got out, the cop told him, he was like, Frank, you gonna stay out of trouble? He was like, well, that depends on how good my lawyer is. Yeah, he ain't say no. He ain't say like, I don't do trouble. He basically told him like, nigga, I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I mean? And like same thing in the Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. He said, I'm gonna take scores. Your job is to catch guys. He said, I do what I do. I take scores. Your job is to stop me from catching scores, doing scores when I take them. Right. So it's kind of like, basically, fuck what you know is what you can prove.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the cops like, yo, I know it's these motherfuckers. We know it's them, and you know that we know it's you. But with this fucked up system, it's like, it's fucked up on both sides, because America promotes democracy and debauchery, and also it's fucked up where, if favoritism of police, they get to off you and let them go on. But it also, you know what I mean? That's why it said Esau like play God. It's like he's playing the Most High. He got assassins to take you out. Then he got fucking Farrakhan to tell you a love story.
And he just took out that CEO for what's that? American Healthcare.
Yeah.
Hit stop.
So this devil played both sides. But it said be not over wise too, because as far as wisdom, like once you study a lot of shit, it's good to like have knowledge. But once you become too wise and over wise, what you wind up doing is you start overthinking things. And the reason you overthink things because you got knowledge on a lot of shit, and you start to try to make logical sense out of everything. And a lot of times the answer to doing something is simple, but you got so much wisdom on different situations. Well, I'm gonna apply this, because what's wisdom? The application of knowledge and understanding. Yeah, so once you got knowledge of something and once you understand something, you're able to use wisdom. But once you got so much wisdom, which is based off of knowledge and understanding, you tend to overthink things. So, and when you overthink things, you wind up winding up. So basically, you become like a smart dummy or a wise fool. Know what I mean? And that's why the Lord said, they wise in this world, let them become fools that they may be wise.
Just real quick, it's Proverbs 25:16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. We're basically speaking on gaining too much knowledge and wisdom. Don't overdo it. We've seen brothers tank out because they wanted to know it all, or they wanted to gain so much.
Yeah, and they did, and their experience in the truth didn't grow with the and a lot of them type brothers was sharp. They knew like all the breakdown, but their experience in the truth didn't match up with how much they knew. So you know what the Lord say, knowledge puffeth up. So you know what I mean. So they basically, you know, that's like basically giving a young nigga a bunch of power that he's not really fully mature to like accept. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like what they say in this the red pill shit, you know, the dating scene, you know, Black Ram, Coach Greg, and all these dudes. One thing they say, you know, what you take with a grain of salt, but one thing they say is like, you know, you shouldn't commit to a woman and start really taking things serious till you're 30. Now you might think like, oh, like why? Like, you know, that's crazy. And that is crazy in a righteous world. Because you know, 14, 15, we started families, you know, from our fathers, things was passed down with structure and order. But in this wicked world, it's kind of like you want some type of ground, you want some type of experience with women. You need to get burned, you need to get betrayed, you need to get your heart broke, you need to get all of that. Then once you gain all this experience, then you possibly commit to something. And even then you still might get, I mean, shit still might go left, but at least you under some type of experience to where you know how to maneuver. And I was like, damn, that's kind of wise. It's really stupid when you apply it to a righteous world. Right. But compared to this wicked world, it's kind of like when the Lord said, blesses the barren, you know what I mean, and a woman that, because everything is kind of backwards. So in order to be wise in this world, you kind of got to use left-handed shit to like get past and dodge certain bullets. Yeah, to dodge certain. Then it say what? Be not over wicked. What that last end said? Be not over wicked.
Let me go back to it. It says, it's Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself wise. Why shouldst thou destroy thyself?
Right. You start bugging out. Like you can't really make a decision. So you become indecisive and you become non-assertive. So it's like, yo, bro, why you can't make up your mind? And you think he's not a solid dude. And he could be a solid dude. But the reason he's double-minded is because he got all these different answers in his head. And when he choose one, then he think of the other one, then he choose another one, then he think of the other one. And he be like, yo, then he make a decision, then he thinking on it, then he change his mind. So you really can't stick to nothing. Right. You like all over the place. Read the rest of it.
Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why should
so, like a lot of brothers be like, how the fuck could you be over wicked? Shouldn't you be not wicked at all? So, case in point of being over wicked. Now we in this flesh, so it's certain things that like we do. So I'm gonna bring up the Sabbath, right? Say you gotta work on the Sabbath, but you might not kindle a fire. You know what I mean? But it's not kind of like in the sense that, you know, it's like, well, since I broke it anyway, because that's how the niggas in the world operate. You know, they're like, well, we already in here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, basically like I already, like, yeah, you telling me about adultery, but I already fucked her. So why not let my man fuck her? You know what I'm saying? So it's like no restraint because they feel as though like I'm already doomed or we already dabbling in wickedness. See, with the elect, one thing with brothers have, we have a conscience and we feel bad when we go off and when we sin against the Lord. And it's not like, yo, shit, I might as well keep doing it. So one thing the 2/3 say from my experience is, well, since this is an adulterous and sinful generation, and we all adulterous, shit, why not just commit adultery? Because we did adultery already, and that's what you fucking church niggas say. Yeah. You be like, yo, well, we ain't under the law. We under grace, and we can't keep the laws anyway. So, like, we ain't got to keep none of that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we covered under the... Send them tithes. Yeah, they keep what they want to keep, send them tithes, and you know what I mean? But we ain't got to keep none of them laws. You know, so and that's being over wicked. You know what I mean? Because like you could be doing something. Say you smoke weed and you got a problem with smoking weed. And you might smoke like 2-3 blunts a day, and you know you need to stop. And you pray to the Lord for strength to stop. But you don't have the mentality like yo, I'm about to go to a smoke out. You know what I mean? Or I'm about to go to a fucking Bob Marley convention. You know what I mean?
Women like to go to them taboo spots.
Yeah, you know,
debauchery, sex party.
Yeah, so you don't, you know what I mean? You don't, because you don't feel like, yo, since I'm already doing it, fuck it, I'm already doing it. You know what I mean? So, and let me, you know, wild out with it to the max. You try to keep your wickedness limited. Whatever problems you have in trying to overcome through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you keep it limited. Say you got a problem, which I don't see brothers having a problem, but say a brother do have a problem with eating pork. And pork is his thing, and he eat it once in a while. And he be like, well, under the dietary law, since I violated the pork shit, man, you might as well slide me some of that catfish too, nigga. You might as well slide me. And that's what you niggas do in Islam. Y'all don't fuck with the pig, but y'all eat that shrimp. Y'all eat that catfish. Y'all eat any of that other shit. And I dealt with Muslims. Yeah, and I told them, like, yeah, and they understood. Some of them understood, like, yeah, man. Because I was like, yo, you think, like, God will, you know, just being cordial. I might even say Allah just to grab the ear. You think Allah only am, because Allah just means God. So just being strategic. Yeah, you think Allah only animal he said you could eat was a pig. It's more than just a pig. Out of all of Allah's creation, it was just a pig. And they be like, damn, you know what? You know what? Man, yeah, you're right. Bottom feed. So a lot of them did understand, but they still ate the shit anyway.
But you know what they say? In a situation where they're faced with death, if they have to eat pork, they would eat it. They say that, Muslims say that shit.
But the crazy thing, though, over in the Middle East, is pigs a natural habitat over there?
Well, wherever you have grassland, you got a form of a pig, you know.
Like wild hogs.
Yeah.
The boars. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, they ratify their law like Esau and say, well, if I'm faced with death, you know, we'll eat the pork. But we got the example of
Maccabees.
Maccabees. When you know who was the king? Can't remember.
Antiochus.
Yeah, Antiochus. Try to get them to fake like they was eating pork. He like, man, I'm not doing that just to get my people to fight. I'd rather be obedient to the Lord than break one of his laws.
Right.
His name is Mordecai. I always get that story. If I want to get it, I don't want to butcher.
Yeah. No, I thought you was talking about the mother and the sons.
Yeah, but it was a God too. He was like, man, maybe if you eat it, and the rest of them will see you eating it.
He wanted to set them up like basically as a Jay-Z or a Cardi B.
Right.
Like since they idolize you and they see you doing it, maybe they'll do it. You know, and that's how Esau gets you dumbass niggas to do shit nowadays through your idols. That's why he set up the LeBron James and all of that. You know, and that's who y'all niggas follow. You know, you see them doing it, and you did it. I remember the dread thing came out with Lil Wayne was and L something. All you niggas got fucking dreads in your head. You know, so you follow, and it's funny. Future had brought out like, yeah, I rap about the Molly Percocets and all that shit, but he was like, I don't use that shit. So you would think like, well, why the fuck you like rap about it? Because he told to rap about it through Amalek. Amalek tell you what type of, now you could use your own flow and your own style. He don't give a fuck. But the message that's being like sent to the people, they control that. You ain't about to be dropping no KRS-One shit and all that.
Yeah, it's the second Maccabees 7.
You know?
But yeah, there's a lot been going on this week. Like a lot of the things, one of the main things that's been out there real heavily, real, yeah, it is heavy, but real heavy is the chariots. Like we could switch gears a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what McCall just said.
Oh God.
It's a boom, but like, yeah.
Oh, it went out. Dang.
Like oh damn.
Like it's on fire.
Yeah.
Hey, but yeah, we gonna switch gears and touch on a little bit of, you know, what's going on around the world, basically, not just here in America, but it's been a lot of chariot sites, you know, and then it's been a lot of people debating on. Well, I know I've seen a video debating on whether it's Project Bluebeam or actual chariots. It don't matter. It's still the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right. Glory at the end, because they mimicking him anyway. Yeah, kind of. Isaiah 66 and 15.
It's Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. And that's crazy, that picture. That was like, it says, for behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and
yeah, so the Lord Salah, you bring it back?
No.
I was mesmerized at that move.
Okay. I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, see, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah is coming with fire.
Yeah, that's what the Lord coming with. You know, first of all, he coming with fire now through his word, because his word is like fire. You know what I mean? And that's destroying. He said, I will destroy Esau with the spirit of my mouth and with the brightness of my coming. You know, in Second Thessalonians. So the Lord will come with fire. Right now, through his word, then he's gonna come with actual fire from the nuclear missiles and from fire, the laser beam from the chariot. You know, then you're gonna have also volcanoes and shit. You know, Yellowstone and all that erupted. So it ain't gonna be hard to see America as a lake of fire.
Shit, California just had a tsunami warning because of that 7.0 magnitude earthquake they had this week.
Yeah.
I think it was like yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday. And
yesterday?
And yesterday here in Baltimore, we had a massive brush fire, man.
Yeah.
Think about that, man. Baltimore, it's like a valley town, man. We never had no goddamn brush fires here.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's been plenty sites of chariots, man. The Lord could have gave a warning shot, man. You niggas don't get right. This what it's gonna be.
Yeah. It says, continuing on in Isaiah 66 and 15, see, the Lord is coming with fire, and his swift chariots roar like a whirlwind.
Yeah, like a whirlwind, you know, because when they pop up, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like that wind. like you know how like a helicopter got like a lot of wind to it.
He will bring punishment with the fury of his anger and the flaming fire of his hot rebuke.
Now read it in the KJV.
Yeah, my bad, Kanye. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Now, see, you Christians, y'all read, yeah, the Lord coming back with the angels. The Lord coming, yeah, a lot of scriptures do say that. But this scripture say he coming back with his chariots. And if y'all so stupid.
The hosts, heavenly hosts.
Yeah, you're supposed to put one and one together. Oh, he coming back with the angels, but the angels gonna be, because chariot just means vehicle. The word, like we ride in chariots today. You know, you have horse and buggy. Chariot just means vehicle. So, you know what I mean? The Lord coming back with the angels, but now it's say he coming back in his chariots. Okay. So he coming back with the angels, and what you do, so the angels obviously gonna be inside these vehicles.
Right.
So okay, well, what type of vehicle the Lord popping up in? He gonna show up in the Maybach? Is he gonna show up in the Hellcat? Or is he gonna show up in a Hebrew in the Hellcat? You know what I mean? So is he gonna show like how? Because it's so this is the person. This is the thinking man that don't know the scriptures. That's in the churches. That's here. Well, read that verse again. Come in and he shall show up in chariots. Well, chariot means vehicle. Well, was he showing up like a horse and buggy? Because I know he coming with the angels. So even if people so sleep in the church, even if you was a thinker, if you read for yourself, that's what the Lord said. Blessed is he that readeth. If you read for yourself, you will still be able to put one and one together and be like, yo, he obviously coming back with some spiritual angelic type vehicle. Then you think like, yo, are these UFOs possibly the Lord's vehicle?
The same way it says Yahweh Shah was received in a cloud.
Yeah, that's Acts 1 and 8. We could get that next.
All right. Continuing in Isaiah 66 and 15. And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, to render his, and he going, see, right now he rebuking people now, you know, even us, the brothers, like through each other and through the word, you know, mainly through the word, whether it's each other or 2/3, whoever. See, the Lord is speaking now. When he pop back up, it ain't gonna be no talking, because the word he already was talking to, the judgment already, like during the time of Moses, they like, we want to hear the Lord's voice. And the Lord was like, well, I was talking to them through you. Then he started speaking, earthquakes and judgments started happening. He's like, nah, fuck, you know, we deal with Moses. But when your house shot pop up, it's going to be like, yo, I already sent my men out, I already spoke. He said, through fire and by his sword will he plead with all flesh. You know what I mean? So, like you go to court and they give you a plea bargain. You know what I mean? They'd be like, well, you know, just, we know you killed them. We don't want to take it to trial. Just take these 13 years.
Top to a lesser charge.
Right. So the Lord ain't, so and you reason with him like, I don't know about 13, man. What about 10, man? You know what I mean? Or like, I ain't saying I did it, but like, if you trying to offer me something, but maybe we could like work something out. And you send it back and they go back and talk to the district attorney. Well, the DA said this is a class A felony. We can't offer you no more than 13, or we're gonna have to go to trial. You're looking at 40. And you like, so that's pleading. But the Lord ain't pleading with no fucking body when he come back.
At all.
You know what I mean? And people gonna think like, oh, people gonna try to plead their cause. I didn't know and all this different shit.
Lord, remember that good deed I did? That old lady?
Yeah, so the Lord ain't gonna want to hear none of that shit. He's saving his elect.
In those same chariots.
Right, and them same chariots gonna be shooting laser beams out, putting the 2/3 to death. And you wicked ass niggas throughout the four corners of the earth.
I'm gonna bring out these two in comic book. Shalom Brother ATL, I know I brought out Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shah hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. And I'm speaking more of the chariots. Pastor not going to go into that and say, well, that's the vehicles of the angels. That's the army or the host that the Lord is coming back with.
Yeah, the Lord is Sabaoth.
That's right. And the brother suicide by truth, Shalom, 2 Kings 2:11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And there were chariot sightings even recorded where the chariot looked like an actual horse in the sky. Remember that? It looked like an actual horse.
Because what everything is defined, see, what people don't know is everything is defined by horse. Well, your car, any form of transportation have an engine.
Yeah.
Right? And all engines is defined by horsepower.
You remember those chariots, those horse stables back in the Cowboys, with the Cowboys, they had, sometimes they had 2 horses, sometimes they had 4, sometimes they had 6.
Right.
And your car would be like, this has 300 horsepower.
That's saying, yeah, when they say your car got 300 horsepower, which is a pretty fast car.
Right.
Like you got 300 horses in your car, regardless of what cylinder it is. Yeah. If you got 300 horsepower, you got some kick in that motherfucker. Now, I mean, anything like over that's a pretty, like, as far as performance speed wise, that's a pretty fast car. So what they saying is, when they say your car got 300 horsepower, what they saying is the way that car take off and move as if it was like 300 horses pulling it. So if you add, because it's always weight versus horsepower, right? So basically, if I got an Acura Legend and you got an Acura Legend, which they came with around like 230 horsepower, the phase 2 ones, right? So if we race, it'll be a fair, even race. But if I put 4 fat, precious bitches in my car, and you just some skinny, Rakab looking dude by himself, you gonna dust me. And you're gonna be like, yo, how come you left me? We got the same fucking car. Yo, you got 4 tight, precious bitches.
More horses on there.
Right. So he'd be like, yo, I got, it's always weight versus horsepower. He'd be like, yo, I got a lot of weight. So what I would have to do to keep up with you is I would have to add probably another 50 to 60 horsepower to keep up with your stock engine because I got extra weight. So that's why people will always remove like ACs. They'll move the AC out to make their car like lighter. So when they say you got 300 horses, meaning your car is being, the weight of it is being pulled as if it was tied to 300 horses, saying, smacking them on the ass, saying, go. You know what I mean? And that's defined by what? The actual, the chariots. Even when you go, like my little brother, his name is, I think, because he see chariots very frequent and often. So we called them Marakah. So chariot is just means like of the ride. So like Rakab means ride. You know what I mean? So or like vehicle. So Marakab means like of the ride, like a chariot, right? So when you go into modern day words, you call a cab, you're like, yo, I'm about to catch a cab. Really, to the Hebrew is kab, from the word what? Rakab. Rakab in the Hebrew actually means ride. Or you might, if you be like, yo, I'm gonna call a cab, and you could say that when you want to call it, but say 20 minutes pass, you like, and they ain't show up, you might say, where the fuck my ride at? So you be like, yo, I thought you said a cab, but now you asking where your ride at, because a cab is your ride. It's your ride the fuck up out of where you at to go where you going. So our ride is up out of here is the chariots, but the word there is rakab or marakab. Know what I mean? So, well, his whole name, which is heavy, is Marakabiyah, which means chariot of Yahweh, because you got different types of chariots. So, and that shows you like the power of words. So when people don't even know, they're like, yeah, I'm about to catch a cab. Really, that goes back to the Hebrew word rakab, which means what? A ride. And nothing on this earth, no form of transportation move without wheels. Because you have like a car, you know, have what, wheels. And matter of fact, it's a wheel. The what's that? This inside right there. Inside the bearings, and that goes back to Ezekiel. The wheel inside the wheel.
And even the tank, even though it's on those treads, there's still wheels inside of there that make those tractors turn.
Right, so that's even heavy, because all form of transportation is mimicked after the chariots. Even when you look at a plane, you be like, oh, it just flies straight. No, planes fly based off of a propeller, and propellers move in what? A rotation, circular type form. And even if you want a bicycle, even if you want skates, even if you want a hoverboard, a boat, they all move from a propeller, which is what? A circular type form, which is all really giving homage to what? The chariots.
Right.
Because no form of transportation, you know, they say art imitates life. So no form of transportation on this planet don't move in a circular form. Even when you walking, you probably think you just walking like this and like that. But one fast form of walking is what? Running. Then if you run fast enough, the road runner, he ran so
like he had two wheels.
Yeah, he ran so motherfucking fast, his feet turned into a motherfucking wheel.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah, so Hussein Bolt, right? So like his fucking legs turn into a wheel. So all forms of transportation, all forms of movement is circular, because that is the chariot. That was the original form of transportation.
That's when, like you said, it's gonna be our ride out. And to see this devil, you think, you know, they got them planes, they move at like a block speed or whatever, and they think they're gonna be able to maneuver and fight against the chariots. But these things ain't moving at, you can't even measure the speed they move.
And what Jake say, where my wheels at?
Yeah.
He be like, yo, man, I need some wheels. And even when you inside the car, you maneuver that car in a circular motion.
They can turn and go there and go there.
Yeah, so you be like, yo, I need some wheels, man. Because you be like, man, like, when you need to get
the wheel.
Hey, when I went back up to Jersey, you know what I mean? Because normally I'll be driving them up there. I'm like, shit, man, I ain't got no wheels. And what does that mean? Like my movement was limited. You know what I mean? Cause like, well, you know, you could catch Ubers and shit like that, but Jake be like, yo, I need some fucking wheels, man. You know what I mean? And that goes back into what? Your transportation. But the ultimate transportation is what? The chariots. But people don't look at the basic things in life and don't really know that it all ties back to the wisdom knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
But they've been spotted and being recorded. Now they being to the point where they actually getting closer footage of it. You know, chariots was just over the Capitol building over in DC, and I got videos all across the world where people are like, what are they? And it's freaking a lot of them out. See, they're gonna be what? Amazed at the signs of heaven. I'm dismayed. It's like it.
Yeah, they shall be dismayed at the signs of heaven.
See, when we see our ride up out of here, we ain't gonna be. Of course, it's gonna, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have a form of like shocked, like, oh my God, but the elect gonna know that's that.
Hey, get that I know when you see these things coming to pass, lift up thy hand. I think that's Luke 21. Because our redemption drawing nigh. So we waiting for our ride now. Yeah. See, you know, motherfuckers waiting for their ride. Maybe they waiting for an Uber or some shit. But we really waiting for a fucking real ride. You know what I mean? Like, we waiting for a ride for real. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because Jake is simple-minded. So they be like, man, I'm waiting for a ride. And I understand that, you know, you gotta do with your everyday life, but shit, man, we waiting for the real fucking ride, the ride up out of here. You know what I mean?
It's Luke 21 and 28, huh?
Yeah, 21, 28.
Want me to bring it out now?
Yeah, kind.
327 too, bro.
All right, this is Luke 21 and 27. And this is in the red letter, so we know that's Yahweh speaking. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things come to pass, then look up.
No, yeah, like the brother says, chariot coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Yeah, because a regular cloud don't do nothing, but you know they rain clouds. You know what I mean? So you gotta, you know, use your sense. You know, yeah, even right here. I'm glad we didn't throw it away. This is the final call. I don't know what edition this is. It's like a couple weeks old, but it's pretty new. But they show the chariot in the form of a cloud, which go back to Psalms 104 and 3, which we're gonna pull out.
And look what the title says.
Yeah, kind of.
The will.
The will in the days of Allah. You know, which is God, but they giving praise to that Islam shit. But it's really so that's heavy.
We talk about no chariots.
Nah, whoa, Farrakhan, because he know the scriptures. So
yeah, he know the scriptures.
Yeah, Farrakhan, man.
Well, I wouldn't say he know it like us, but he familiar. He got a Christian beat.
Yeah,
he definitely got a Christian beat.
Yeah.
You Christians is fucking low level, super low level.
28.
Oh, all right. Salakia, this verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, lift your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Yeah, lift your heads. So when you see your redemption, that's your ride coming. So the Lord said, look, basically look for your ride. When you get that bing on your phone, you know your Uber is fucking 3 blocks away. So bring your ass outside. So the Lord is saying, look, when you see these prophecies rolling, start looking for your ride to come. Lift up your head, because what? At any given moment, you know what I mean? Your redemption draws nigh. You could be grabbed up out of here, especially that M.O.V hitting the scene.
Let me read these in the NLT. This verse 27. Then everyone will see the Son of Man coming on a cloud with power and great glory. So when all these things begin to happen, stand and look up, for your salvation is near. So I mean, like you said, like the brother just said, like in so many words, when these things happen, hey, if you ain't the elect, man, if you ain't one, you better hope you wanted to hope for elect, because even you gonna get it or get beamed up. You gonna either way you gonna get something.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be like in that movie. Oh my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
It's a delay, that's why. My bad. But it ain't gonna be like that movie with it's a comedy when he was getting beamed up by the chariots. The nigga try to grab him on his legs to go too. It ain't gonna be none of that. Or you sneak in the back. We got some Edomites on the chariot out. Like, it ain't gonna be none of that.
Hey, grab that. Mop just dropped a good precept. James 7 and 9.
James 7 and 9.
I got one after you too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You said James 7 and 9.
Nah, Daniel.
Oh, Salaki.
Dunya Allah 7 and 9.
All right, this is Daniel 7 and 9. Behold, to the day of thrones were cast down.
Yeah, the throne was cast down, meaning what? The rulerships. Because somebody that's sitting on the throne is in power. So all the thrones of this world, America, Great Britain, especially the Western nations, right? NATO, the EU, I mean, China, Russia, I mean, all these countries that have a military army that is set up as a power or a superpower is going to be cast down. So he said, behold, the thrones was cast down. And another scripture that come to mind, when Yahushua had the crown, he came back with like crowns in his hand. I mean, meaning what? He took down the kings of the earth. I mean, so I behold to the thrones was cast down. Read on.
In the ancient of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
The judgment was set, and that's where they get that in court. Like when a judge walk out, everybody stand. But when he ready to start court and start laying the fucking hammer down, judging motherfuckers, he be like, all arise, and he walk out. Then what? When he ready to start, when the show get ready to start and that judgment set, everybody sit down. So he said, what? In the ancient days, they sit. Now I mean, meaning like, yo, the judgment was set. People about to start getting their ass tore up. Whose garment was white as snow, meaning that showing you that, and that's not Yahushua, that's the Most High. Because he's the ancient of days. He was around before days began.
Right.
Because a day is really defined by the sun and the moon. And he created the sun and the moon. So like, what's a day? You know what I mean? To him, and he did set whose garment was white as snow. Read on.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels is burning fire.
Right. So a dumbass person would think God is sitting on a throne with like a wheelchair. Like this not you Christians think. God is sitting on a wheelchair with a throne on the back of it, but the wheels on the wheelchair is on fire.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave East, he made a statement. He said, man, I had to deal with the Quran. I can't understand that Bible. Meaning, but the Quran's a fucked up book. Like, you ever tried to read that shit, man? You like, what the fuck?
It's a part, I mean, it's wrong, but it's a part, man, where it said a monkey committed adultery and all the other monkeys gathered stones.
That's the hadith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are. But when you read the Quran, it doesn't flow like the scripture.
Yeah.
It's like broken up. It's like, you see how Proverbs, you read Proverbs? Yeah. It's kind of like all over the place, but it's like a book of wisdom. So you got to take like bits and pieces, or like Ecclesiasticus. But the Quran, you like, yo, where is like these historical like events? And the Quran was made from the like two books, Confessions in the City of God from St. Augustine. And it got different influences, and Muhammad was going through different phases in the creation of Islam. So when you grab it and read it and really try to like, okay, I'm gonna start here. See, with the Bible, you could do that. That's why people are like, yo, I read the Bible, I read it from front to back. But the Quran is kind of like, yo, like what was going on at the time? Then the shit can just jump and jump back, and that's why they be like, yo, well, in order to understand this segment, you have to go into like the hadith. Right. So they be like, well, this segment from page the book of Miriam, Surah 19, verse 5 through 84. You have to go to this hadith to understand that. And then after that, you have to go. That's why, it's like they got one. I forgot how many. Look up how many hadiths it is. Like, it's so many fucking hadiths. You like, yo, man, like that shit will make somebody just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to sinning.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, yo, it's like, yo, I gotta like get all these fucking books just to see the Bible. Now we got other books that break down the Bible, but really the Bible was self-explanatory.
It says the total number of hadith texts is estimated to be between 4,000 to 30,000.
God.
Yeah.
So you're making of many books.
Because if you really get in the inside, you're like, yo, I don't really understand what's being said here. They're going to refer back to the hadith. Like in the Bible, we just get a precept. You know what I mean? Because the Bible explains itself. Now, we do got other books like the Zondervan, because niggas is like fucking idiots and hard-headed. So we got to show what a white man said, not the, but the hand became the progenitor of many nations, not the black, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Canaanites. We got to go, but really all we got to go through, you could just go to Joseph. Joseph was a Hebrew, and Joseph wasn't allowed to eat with the Egyptians.
You go to the kings or a long list of the people who ruled Israel.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
Yeah, but the scriptures explain itself. You only need one book. That's it. But we do got other books, historical, because niggas believe what the white man said. It's funny, they say the Bible's a white man's book.
Yeah.
Then you read from the Bible to them, they don't believe it. But if you show them a white man's article or another book the white man wrote, because what the Zondervan is, a bunch of Edomite scholars. Yeah, you show them something the white man said or the white man wrote that ties back to the Bible, they might fucking take it into consideration.
Hey, we got a book of Hebrew customs. I got it in the room.
Yeah, brothers got all types of fucking books. Behold the Pale Horse, all kinds. Brothers got all kinds of books that back up the scriptures. Because people will say like, oh, okay, what other source outside of the Bible do you have to prove this? So now we got to go into like other books and other articles and this and that, but the scriptures explain itself. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little,
But you call for a scripture.
Acts 1 Acts.
Yeah, Acts 1 and 8. We wanted that. The Psalms 104 and 3. He make it the clouds his chariots.
I'm gonna hold this with the Psalm.
Okay, that's a good one too. Yeah, bring out the Acts, Bible sir.
All right. This is Acts 1 to 8. Again, this is the red letter. But ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witness unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea, and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
Right. So he said, you shall bear witness to me. Basically, he mentioned the eastern side of the world. Then he said, also unto the uttermost parts of the earth. Right. And that's over here in the Western Hemisphere. And, other parts of the planet where Jake has been scattered that you probably don't even know how to fucking pronounce. Yeah. The word is going out through there. It's not an actual physical prophet, but through what? Through the internet.
And they sit there watching it. We talk in English, but it's subtitled wherever they.
Yeah, correct. So the word, but what the Lord said, the end shall not come, except the word reached the four corners of the earth. And that's how Islam, Christianity, those two is not the truth.
And when you really dig into Christianity, Catholicism, what's that all coexisting, like all religions together. Mm-hmm. You look at the Quran, you can see that it's really plagiarism from the scriptures, But you can tell the Catholic Church created it by the different similarities in it, from the
it's the watered down
and
Bible.
the thicker beads and the prayer beads.
The prayer beads, you got the rosary beads and the prayer beads. Catholicism deals with masonry.
Yeah.
And which is degrees. And which is Islam, they got the 99 attributes of Allah, and they got what the 99 degrees. People think it's just 33 degrees, but it's higher degrees than that. Then the prayer beads, the rosary beads. Then you also got you got the broadcast, which basically goes back to a sun disk. Now, I mean, if you look at a baseball hat, you got one in here? Baseball hat? Okay. With the brim. Right. So, but if you look at a baseball hat, right, and you take the brim off, a baseball hat is basically a broadcast. It goes back to the Babylonian sun disk, because that little hole in the middle of the baseball hat and them lines coming on the side, the hole is the sun, and them lines coming out the side is basically sun rays. Sun rays, right? It goes back into sun worship, which really go back into pedophile. Try to say that as coded as possible, because that's the black sun, you know, what they worship, you know what I mean? Because that's the highest level of Satanism.
That little, you see it a lot of the Muslim countries, they got the moon, the crown, the crescent.
Yeah, the crescent moon and the star. And that goes back to because if you look at the sign of the Washington Wizards, it's a crescent moon and a star. And what's a wizard? A male witch.
Warlock.
Yeah, a warlock. You know what I mean? But that's the sign of the crescent moon, and the star.
Right.
So, and then you got Pope John Paul II. You know, he was kissing the Quran.
Yeah.
So you know how people are about their religions. Why the hell would you kiss? Like, a Muslim won't kiss the Bible.
Nah.
You go on the M.O.V builders of Nation of Islam, they're gonna be teaching with both the Quran and the Bible on stage. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, so this devil, Pope John Paul II, he kissing the Quran. But you be like, yo, why the hell would you do that? He's a pope. But the reason he do that, he know that Islam came out of Catholicism. And even you got a part of Portugal called Fatima. So you gotta be like, damn, Fatima is one of Muhammad's youngest daughters. So yeah. So you would think, like, why the fuck Catholic Europe would have a town called Fatima? That's because during the time of the Crusades, Islam had made it way up into Europe. And before they called the truce on it, before they called the truce on it, they had actually crowned a town in Portugal called Fatima, which is one of Muhammad's youngest daughters. So we talking about the chariots. I don't want to get too much on Islam, because we could you know, put Islam in the grave if we wanted to. You know what I mean? If we could pull a whole segment on Islam, and you niggas wouldn't have nothing to say.
You would have to go to Alba.
I'm already in the grave.
Yeah.
Hey, what the Lord said, he said, when I wake you up in Ezekiel 37, he said, I will pull you out of your graves, and you shall know I am the Lord. Showing you these different walks of life that we was in was a grave. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, like, people don't really know like the history of like the things they following and what is really tied into. You know, they just a blind leading the blind, about to fall into that ditch. You know, but read that 1 and 8, Baba Kushal Salaki. Brothers kind of ventured off on Islam, but you know, I come from a city, you know, outside of Philadelphia. North New Jersey is like one of the main hubs of like Islam as far as niggas go.
That's where
Black Americans.
Was in the Jersey got into it.
Yeah, in Trenton. Yeah, but that was in Trenton with Bivens with the Muslim. But as far as North go, the outside of Philly, that's a super hub for Islam. Even they showed you that in the movie, in the TV series with Bumpy Johnson. What was that called?
Boardwalk Empire.
Not Boardwalk Empire.
Bumpy. With
Godfather of Harlem. Yeah. They showed you there was like the hit was done in Harlem, but they said it was orchestrated when he was telling how he was like it was orchestrated in out of a mosque in North. You know what I'm saying? So that show you how heavy that Islam presence is in North. You know what I mean? And our people is it's funny, our people created Islam to booby trap the Arabs. But later on, it wound up backfiring. Now, our people, it was just set, it really was created as a booby trap to take Jerusalem back for the Arabs. Now, it like backfiring. Now, people all like wrapped up in that shit this day. Even the Moors, before our people, this era of our people being in it, you go back to the Moors, they got all wrapped up into it. Because they was niggas that converted to Islam. Really, they did it at first to not face persecution. Because the Islam, Muhammad, after a while, it was like Islam or death. Now, I mean, you either bow down to this way of life or get killed. So what the Jews did in North Africa, because that's where the Moors come from, the northern part of Africa. With Hannibal and them. Morocco and Tunisia, all that northern parts of Africa. You know what I mean? And hey man, it's a lot of jakes up in the northern. Hey, the Moroccan women, man, them some bad motherfuckers, man. Some of them is probably Jake, man. I ain't saying all of them, but some, some of them probably Jake, because Jake was all up in there in Italy right there. And that's when they was like the southern tip of Italy. That's why like Hannibal and all of them, they was all up in there. That's why a lot of them
Italians, they don't like the southern versus.
Yeah, because northern Africa right there, Italy right there. So yeah, and Spain right there. So a lot of them Moors, they was like, yo, we just gonna convert to Islam if like while they around. So we won't have to pay the tax. And we don't gotta face persecution because Ishmael a wild man. So they was like, we don't have to face persecution, but when they leave, we gonna, worship the Lord when they leave. So they was doing that for a while. But one thing about faking like you something you not, after a while, that spirit could take like the Joker. That nigga who played the Joker, that nigga who played in Boys in the Hood, that shot Ricky. Yeah. And he played in Poetic Justice too. That he actually tried to turn into a fucking gangster and got killed.
Sure did.
I forget his name and shit, but that dude. So one thing about, and that's why it's good to be yourself. One thing about trying to be somebody or something you tap into them roles enough, that spirit leap on your ass, and you never find yourself coming back to who you actually really was.
Yeah.
Tupac never came back.
Yeah, from acting as Bishop. Birdie. Yeah, Bishop and Birdie. And that spirit just take control, because when people see you, they expect you to act and behave like that. And now you gotta like stay in this character. And if you stay in that character too long, that shit'll consume you.
Well, yeah.
Where you can become a character in its truth, then you just a bugged out nigga that know you Israel with a garment, t-shirt fringes.
Yeah, that's why it's good to be yourself and stay humble, because you start tapping into these different characters and these different images, and you think you could just come out of it and tap back into it when you want to. Those real heavy spirits and demons you tapping into. Niggas be acting like they Crips and shit. The wannabe Crip niggas, they be playing around with it, or niggas be acting like they sodomite. I mean, they be, they be putting on a bra, they be acting and playing roles. Niggas that's not even actors be doing that shit. Just be trying to be funny. But it's some shit that's not supposed to be played with. Little do they know they fucking with high level demons and spirits. And those spirits could like just consume your ass. And you never make it back to your old personality.
Yeah,
But that was that. You got that?
Yeah, I still got it.
All right, read that. Shalakia.
This Acts 1:8. But ye shall receive power after the Holy Ghost is come upon you. And ye shall be witness unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
Right. So there you go, right here. We still got this paper. A cloud received them out of their sight.
Hey, the same thing when we was let out of Egypt. The fire by the cloud by day and the fire by night.
Huh?
Yeah, that's heavy. The spirit, got a lot of, the sightings and things being recorded and reported. It's a lot going on right now. Just so that the church is one of the things on the verge of, not on the verge. World War III has begun, but it ain't gonna get nuclear like we were saying until that chip is up. That M.O.V is up.
Right, the Lord just setting the stage.
Sets the stage.
Yeah, kind of.
Moving on, he's setting that chessboard.
Yeah, because one thing is about being militant or like a warrior is all about what? Positioning yourself.
Key example, Mel Gibson. What's the movie with the Irish movie? Braveheart.
Braveheart.
He was real strategic.
Yeah, because it's all about positioning yourself.
Yeah.
Like even fighting, they'd be like, "Yo, he sized you up."
Yeah.
Because you could just punch somebody, but if you like really like if you like really like up on close to somebody close enough, and you kind of like, nah, I'm gonna hit him from this angle, but I'm gonna get a little closer, and I'm gonna drop back from right here. As soon as he turns his head, I'm gonna knock his ass out. And you be like, yo, and some people that's fighters could see like, yo, he's sizing you. And if you're not a fighter, like, yo, he wasn't sizing me. You're like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, he was sizing you up. I watched him, he was sizing you up.
It's like when Jake was on Stanley nigga game. They size you up. I know they touch. I know. No, inside joke.
And because that's real strategic as far as war tactics. Because it puts like chess. Chess is a game of war. It's a war game, and basically you basically got to size your opponent up. You just don't attack them. I mean, the Lord is sizing up Esau right now as we speak.
I'm working on my chess game, so I can line you up out your yard, bro.
Yeah, hey, kind. But you gotta like kind of like have a like really it goes back to a vision.
Yeah.
Sizing somebody up is basically a vision. Like, yo, I'm gonna hit him with this. I need to get a little closer to him. He's standing like this. So you like peeping his whole body structure, the way he's leaning, the way he's moving, and you just throw that punch and you time it right. But it's all about what position, because you can throw a good punch, but if it's out of season, or if you can hit him, but it might not put him. It won't have an effect. Yeah.
You gotta watch that step and see what side, the weak side. How they side the weak side. You hit them on the weak side, it's gonna be easier for them to fall. If you hit them on the weak side, they favoring that side. You hit them on that side, it's gonna be easier for them to fall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why in boxing they teach you to keep your lead foot on the inside of theirs, so you can get the right, because you can set up angles and won't get them with the full effect. But if you hit him with the right angle, you got it.
Like a good boxer is Tank Davis. And what he do is he lose a lot of his beginning rounds, but what people don't know is he been sizing you up the whole first half of the fight. He been just sizing you up. And then when he get to like 6th, 7th round, he just put your ass smooth out. But the first whole fight, he was sizing you up. He wasn't throwing that many punches, throw enough punches to keep you off.
See how hard you can hit.
Yeah, see how hard you can hit.
More, you'll set your window to see what type of firepower or how good is their Air Force and the tanks. They sizing you up, and then they hit you with that ultimate knockout.
Right there, and that's the real smart, the strategies of war. You know, that's the real. So it's all about position in life. Period. You position yourself. A lot of times, like to get a woman, you know what I mean? Because the Lord is what? A man of war. You know what I mean? To get a woman, a lot of times you could approach her directly, but she probably maybe turn you down. But so what you could probably approach it from a different angle. That's my sister-in-law's best friend's cousin. So you might go to her like, yo, hook me up, or you might say, put a word in for me. Yeah. So when you do approach, it's kind of like, yo, well, damn. So like, it's kind of like that she's more off guard. Or you might be like, yo, I don't want to approach her in the club because in the club it's nothing but thirsty niggas. I'm gonna look like one of them. I'm gonna approach her when I catch her at the supermarket or when I see her in Barnes and Nobles. That's more of an environment where a woman is not on. So yeah, when she's not on. I met this shorty named Renee that I met one day on my way back from John Jay's. I people while you walking to the chair, I tap her on the shoulder. Excuse me, miss, can I get your name? She said, my name is Renee. I said I had a whole lot to say. So can I walk me to the subway? So it's all about angles and positioning yourself with jobs. That's anything in life. A lot of people fail at a lot of shit they do because they don't put themselves in a position to win. Now, whether you win or not is up to the Lord, but at least you could use wisdom to position yourself.
Put myself in a position to win, to be what? Have our rod out of here.
Time. But nah, you can pull what you got.
Yeah,
we close out in a minute.
Yeah. Because we on the spirit of the chariots, you know, in one breath they're coming to destroy. And the other one, they're coming to save, you know, the elect. It's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it.
Yeah, well, that's me that did. Then the righteous man is us. We standing in great boldness. Because to do what we got to do, that's why people call us crazy. Because it takes a lot of courage and bravery to do what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Too.
On a low level, to tell somebody to, like, say somebody's into poetry and you take them to a small poetry club where it's like 70 people in it. And you be like, yo, that poem you wrote, go up there and spit that poem. They're going to be nervous as hell, like speaking in front of a crowd. Because when we in camp, it's like we on stage. Everybody can see us. The Lord said we become like a spectacle.
You stick out.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yo, for you to do something, or you tell somebody, people, they got something called stage fright. You know what I mean? So in order for you to like do something like that, especially brothers who like camp by themselves, you know what I mean? Because like when you do on stage and you come on stage like Wu-Tang, it's like, at least it's like 50 of us. You know what I mean? It's like 15 niggas. Yeah, right. So you kind of get like all the attention not on me. But you know what I'm saying? But like the just to come out and do something like that is an act of courage. And it takes bravery. And that's why a lot of people be like, man, yo, some people keep it real. I'll give it to y'all, man. I don't think I could do nothing like that. And people be embarrassed of like how other people will view them and see them and all of that shit like that. You deal with a lot of like internal type things just by stepping out on the highways and byways. And don't let it be like a major pass through like 34th and 7th, Broad and Market, or like a major like downtown type area.
Charles and Frank, where we at?
Yeah, where we at? But it's a little like compared to how it used to be. Yeah, it's a little like deadish type now, but it's still a major pass through. You know what I'm saying? So like Charles and West Pratt, these different main I was about to say, these different main zones where you could there's some brothers, like even my earlier time in the truth, brothers was going to like hood pushing camp in the hoods and stuff like that. So in order to grab, that shows you like really gotta believe in something and have faith in something for you to like grab the book, put a garment on, and be in opposition to the world and blurt it out all in the downtown area. And not just that, you all over you going YouTube it on top of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why people be like, yo, y'all crazy, y'all. And that's why people looking to do something like that. You gotta be fucking crazy. I mean, because in their rabbit ass mind, like, I would never do nothing like that. I don't even if I was to do something like that, I don't even have the strength or belief in myself, or it's nothing on this earth that I even really believe in to root. Hey, check out these niggas in Islam and these different religions they follow. They don't go out on the street. Even the final call niggas, they don't be like back in the day. You don't see nobody broadcasting they shit.
But you know what you gotta give not credit for?
Acknowledge.
Goddamn Jehovah's Witness, them women be out there and the elders sitting in the
crowd. Hey, the Jehovah's Witness go hard. Them motherfuckers go hard for this shit. Yo, Jehovah's Witness women be in. Yeah. They be fine and say, hey, one of the sisters, I ain't mention her name, but she good looking sister, but she came from that Jehovah's Witness shit. You know what I mean? But I concur, brother. Them Jehovah's Witness women be bad.
Out there in the cold.
But hey, if you get she gonna be a super fucking demon. Yeah. You might as well get an Islam bitch. Yeah. She gonna be but if you could convert her, she gonna be like motherfucking. Cause she gonna take that Jehovah's Witness zeal and you just merge it with the truth. Yeah. But if you can't convert her, that bitch gonna be a super demon.
She gonna disfellowship you in your own house.
Nah, I'd rather deal. Me personally, I'd rather deal with Islam. A Sunni or nation NOI.
Only way you're gonna be able to get a Jehovah's Witness is you're gonna have to be able to take her away from the congregation. If she ain't in the congregation, she ain't fucking with you.
Yep.
Yeah, that because they're gonna be in the head. But hey, ain't nothing that the rock can't change. The Israelite rod of correction. Smack it with that rock enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your daughter like that.
Hey, we kind of venturing too much, but go ahead. You know, that's a little brothers kind of went off a little bit.
Wisdom Solomon, back to Wisdom Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Yeah, so we standing in great boldness in front of these devils. And he gave a hint about it. He said they made no account of their labors because all of their inventions they stole. You know what I mean? And Donald Trump mentioned it. He was like, we all built this country, but blacks, mainly like you Negroes is mainly the contributors. So he said, make no accounts of his labor. So Esau ain't invent shit of wickedness and evil. And not even that. You know, Esau is really a nobody. All his witchcraft and wickedness go back to Ham. You know what I mean? So, you know, even Rome, the ways of Rome, all that shit go back to Egyptology and all that. So, you know what I mean? So you devils, even your wickedness, you devils is really like literally nobody.
Yeah.
Like you haven't contributed shit to the earth. Even a gun they got from Moab. The concept of the gun and all that, they stole from Moab. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you devils ain't, you might have created a disease or something, but you probably stole that from him somewhere.
They created a disease doing a wickedness, like the scripture say he didn't want to, he disdained them to even sit with they or lay with their dogs.
Of the flock.
They corrupt the animals too, having sex and STDs and all that shit, man. You can chalk that up to the devil, bro.
Yeah, you devils is not you haven't contributed to life. You know, the harbor to death. Yeah, they got the nerve to tell you, you got, are you a productive member of society? Yeah.
Yeah. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And the strangeness is what the chariots, because they think Caesar Borgia coming back with a soft ass voice.
Given,
you know, sounding like a sodomite with no judgment. That's what they hope on coming back. So that's why they say when they see it, they shall be amazed with terrible fear at the strangeness of his salvation. And what they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Yeah, so far beyond all that they look for, man. So, hey, man, you know, let's y'all brothers want to add a point or precept, finish to wrap it up. But, you know, we going to close it out with that. You know, Lord willing, next week, depend on, we really don't care about the weather because we got clothes, but depend on brothers, and we a smaller type camp. So, you know, it's just 3 brothers. We part of a larger camp, but the branch down here is just 3 brothers. So we try to like stick together and not be out of order. Like y'all 2 go out and I stay in. So we try to like move as a unit. It's just 3 of us. So Lord willing, you know, if brothers feeling up to par next week, we can make it out. But hey, the word still went out, and Lord willing, brothers will edify. You know, Salat for the little ramble here and there, but you know, you gotta have fun with this thing too, as the apostle to our saying. Hey, with stammering lips, kind. So, hey, y'all brothers hold it down. Lord willing, we catch the water for the brothers in the comment board that posted, added the precepts. That was definitely a help to the spirit. Shalaki, we couldn't read them all, but whatever got in there was the Lord's will. And with that, shalom. How about shalom? Till it fall.
Chariots and nukes. Chariots and nukes.